Welcome to day 224 on Daily Dose of Hope, and we're talking about how to effectively engage in spiritual warfare. We said last week that only fighters become winners, that nobody returns from a tournament with a trophy if he's a spectator. It is only active participators that return with medals and trophies, and that every believer is called to fight. You cannot sit on the fence. It is either the triumph of faith for the believer or the survival of the fittest for those that are in the world. And as a child of God, we have been called to wrestle. Paul said, for we wrestle. So this week we began by talking about how to effectively engage in spiritual warfare. And just yesterday we said it begins with personal consecration. Today we're looking at other ways you can effectively engage in spiritual warfare, which is with your mouth. Your mouth is an essential in the school of spiritual warfare. Your mouth is indispensable. Without your mouth, you cannot triumph. It is what you announce that your life can attract. Your mouth is indispensable, and that is why everyone has a mouth. When Moses had his encounter with God by the burning bush that could not be consumed, the Bible said God said to Moses, I will be with your mouth. It was with his mouth that he frustrated and tormented the Pharaoh of his time as one man. If your mouth is active, your life cannot be redundant. No one can win in spiritual warfare except he knows how to use his mouth. The Bible says in Proverbs 18:21 that death and life they are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Your mouth can make or mar. Your mouth can kill or make alive. Your mouth can determine your triumph, your trials, or your losses. Anyone that can put his mouth to effective use will not lose any battle. Jesus said, I will give you a mouth and a wisdom that no adversary will be able to resist or gainsay. The psalmist said, God has enlarged my mouth above that of my enemies. He confronted Goliath mouth first. Until your mouth precedes you, winning cannot follow you. Until your mouth is ahead of you, triumph is not in view. What you cannot announce, your life cannot attract. You must be willing to proclaim. It is mouth first in warfare. Moses kept on saying, thus saith the Lord, let my people go. And eventually, Pharaoh gave up and abandoned his campaign. If your mouth keeps pronouncing, your life keeps attaining. Mouth is the trigger of faith. Mouth is the power of the believer. Mouth is what gives credence to the confidence assurance you have in God, which is your faith. We must begin to engage our mouth in the school of spiritual warfare, or our winning is not in view. God bless you.